is Carlos Gaio. I'm the CEO of Media Defense. Media Defense is an organization created 16 years ago. It's based in London and it provides legal support to journalists who are sued for their reporting, usually on the public interest. And we also conduct strategic litigation and enhance the capacity of lawyers to better support journalists at the local level, at the national level. We have identified a few issues in the last 5 years, and one of them is the increase in the use of the law to create embarrassment and harassment to journalists. Powerful individuals and government officials are becoming more creative in how they use the law to sue journalists. So we don't have the typical defamation, civil and criminal defamation cases anymore. We have a plethora of different types of lawsuits that are used to try and silence and create difficulties to journalists all over the world. One of the most emblematic example of that is the case of J.P. Cuenca. He's a journalist who was very critical of the former president's attitudes and government. And in 2020, he published a tweet criticizing the link between an evangelical church and the family of the president. And as a result of that, he was sued 144 times in every state except the state where he lives. It was a big effort to coordinate his defense, and we're very happy that we were able to fund his defense and coordinate with his lawyers to do so. And he, as of today, they have won 138 of the 144 cases. They were all meritless. But still, that represents a big embarrassment and it drains the resources and creates a lot of stress to journalists. We see that the threats against journalists is a phenomenon that is happening more and more. We usually talk about the victims as being human rights defenders or sometimes activists or journalists themselves. But it's true that those who defend these activists and human rights defenders also get into trouble and are also the target of harassment, lawsuits, arbitrary detention, arbitrary arrest. The support from the Global Media Defense Fund has been crucial for us. Even though the grant is not very high, but it is important because it allows us to defend a good number of cases and conduct a strategic litigation in another few. Also provides us with very relevant recommendations or referrals from both UNESCO and their own partners. So it's a way of being known and being available to help other journalists. And I think this has been important for us. I think the sustainability comes from the strategic cases. Achieving positive results, positive judgments in those strategic cases that we're taking will lead to improvements in the context, in the environment where journalists operate. And the cross-pollination of positive decisions from different regions, countries, jurisdictions, that is a way of pushing governments to behave, to implement international standards, to protect journalists, and to refrain from violating their rights. So in a way, it's not a straightforward process, but in the long term, we hope that will be sustainable.